Sherry Turkle, the author of Alone Together. Sherry, you wrote this book, you dedicated the book to your daughter, The Future. So you still have some hope. In very concrete terms, though, when it comes to social media and the network impact, what are you suggesting? What needs to change?
I have hope because I think we have taken it a step too far. Mark Zuckerberg last week came out and said he thinks that privacy is part of the discourse of the past.
Would you agree with that?
No, I don't. I think it may be convenient for social networks to not have privacy, but I think that what is intimacy without privacy? What is democracy without privacy? And I think we're starting to be in a world where things like that get said, and I think we're going to say increasingly, well, no. We want to live in a democratic society. We want to have relationships with other people. We don't want to feel we're being spied upon. We need these things.
So, okay, so you talked about two things, intimacy and democracy,
yeah,
which are both challenged by the destruction of privacy.
I do.
What needs to happen? How do we rediscover or protect or build new walls around privacy?
Well, I think that this is the challenge. I think the next 10 years is going to be about, first of all, making it a value. I think that what I found in interviewing teenagers is that despite the hype that they don't care about privacy, it's not true. They are ill-informed. They basically say things like they try to ask their parents about what their rights are. Their parents don't know. Their teachers don't know. They have fantasies about, do teachers look at their mail? Can the police look at their mail? Can colleges look at their mail? I mean, these are questions that about which, people need to know what their rights are, what the reality is. My grandmother, and this is a story I tell in the book, my grandmother used to take me down to the mailboxes in Brooklyn, and she used to show me those mailboxes. And she'd say, Sherry, we're in this country because it's a federal offense to open up somebody's mail, and that's why we're in this country. It's a federal offense to open up somebody's mail. That's what democracy is. That's fantastic. That made me into a civil libertarian. It made me into an American citizen. We have to start to reclaim and to teach our children the value of something like privacy. This is up to parents. This is up to, a civic sensibility. This is up to our political culture. And on the simplest level in terms of civility, we need to be able to sit down to a family dinner and leave our cell phones out of the dinner table.
You've said that technology proposes itself as the architect of our intimacies. It's a wonderful line, the beginning of the book. But do you think there's something about the architecture of the internet that needs to change to protect privacy, beyond the cultural issues that you talk about?
Well, I've had this conversation with so many people about, is there something technical where we can never put back into, the genie is out of the bottle, we can never get back, someone can always intercept the message. And my feeling about that is, somebody could always open the mailbox and take out the letter. My grandmother thought the mailbox was sacrosanct, but there were terrible penalties. It was a federal offense to open the mailbox. The system we have now is that the assumption is that, they opened our mail, they opened up, we have no privacy. Well, that's just, that's too bad. Google will apologize, Facebook will apologize, it'll pass. So, I think what's going to happen is that it will become a very big deal when our privacy is invaded. We will start to demand more protection on our privacy. I don't think we have to change the laws of physics. I think we have to change the social norms around privacy. We have to demand the opposite of what Mark Zuckerberg is saying. He's saying it's no longer a social norm, and we have to say, on the contrary, it is a social norm. And we have to construct an internet culture that treats it as a social norm. We don't have to undo the laws of physics so that packet switching becomes different. We just have to make it as much of a violation to to invade someone's privacy as it was to open a mailbox.
Can Facebook remain a $50 billion company if privacy is maintained as well, or does the value of Facebook depend on destroying privacy?
I think that Facebook doesn't give enough. My personal opinion is that I don't think Facebook has enough confidence in the value of what it offers without without interfering with the privacy of its users. I think it's offering a service, a connection, a joyful way of people coming together, and it can market that. It can market that, and still, and be Facebook without feeling that it needs to be marketing, the books you're buying, the stores you visited. I think it's a dangerous direction.